Welcome to The New Monks. This podcast is dedicated to those of us on the journey of evolution. Through these episodes, we will dive into the lives of individual people and discover what they have learned and how they have handled their growth. Thank you for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
Welcome to the New Monks podcast. So, usually the way that we start is if you just take a few deep breaths in. And then if you can just tell us how you're feeling right now.
I feel good. I've been in a bit of a rush, as you know, the last couple of days.
Yeah.
A bit busy, London living.
London living.
Yeah, London living.
Yeah.
Just trying to be relaxed.
Yeah.
Feels great to sit next to these two plants.
Love it.
My friends.
Is there any specific way that you can deal with the London lifestyle?
Yeah, just going at your own pace.
How long have you been in London now?
2 years.
Okay, so would you say it's still quite new to you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm familiar with my work routine and that kind of thing, and my social life, and yeah, I'm settling down.
Nice.
But London's a huge place, so you know, there's still lots to see and places to go, and I've never been here before. Never been to this area before.
Yeah.
Northwest,
Yeah.
far northwest.
Yeah, this is so much.
Very rarely on the Bakerloo line. Yeah, so that was new today.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 years. I feel like I'm settling down now. So yeah.
How do you said go at your own pace? How do you find your own pace?
I'll just ignore everyone else. Basically, everyone's going at 100 miles an hour, bumping into each other.
So true.
Not a lot of care. Oh, it was so great. Like yesterday, I went to Speaker's Corner yesterday just to see a friend speak. Have you been to Speaker's Corner?
No.
Hyde Park?
What is it?
People have been meeting there for maybe 100 years, every Sunday.
Wow.
To speak and to speak to the people about what they feel about things, and it's quite interesting. You know, you have a lot of really passionate religious people, obviously preaching and stuff, but then you get certain people talking about politics and the environment. And I had a friend who went to talk about the environment, the Extinction Rebellion. Have you heard of that?
No.
They've got the symbol, it's like a circle with an X through it, and they're really passionate about climate change, and they basically rallied together to shut down central London, like the traffic. Basically, they stand in the streets and cause people to be late for stuff, and
oh my god, that's so funny. I've never heard of this.
just so that they're seen, just so that it's like, why are you doing this? It's like, I'm doing this for the environment. It's and really causing mass chaos. And you choose how to deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm representing them wrong, sorry if I'm misrepresenting you, but they do really care about the environment, and it's as if people don't want to listen and don't want to take responsibility for their actions, you know, and people, I suppose they're trying to make people more conscious and aware of the issue, and also my friend has been vegan for quite a while, so he's talking about veganism as well. Yeah, Teo from Rainbow Tribe. So he's from Rainbow Tribe as well, which is this, I think they're all over Europe now, and they're basically a group of people that live off-grid, or try to live off-grid.
Okay.
They're not not travellers because they kind of stay in one place,
Yeah.
but really interesting people. You know, so he told me he was coming to London, and
Oh, so he doesn't live here?
no, he doesn't live here. No, he lives near Lewis, I think. It's
Okay.
just south of London and in the countryside, and comes to the city to get to speak his corner and speak his truth. So so sorry, going back to the story. God, that was a massive interlude. Wasn't it? You got to be careful with me today, 'cause honestly,
Direct you.
yeah, because once I start speaking about certain things, that's it. We're gone.
So you went to see him?
Well, I just wanted to give a positive example of sometimes what you see in London. I mean, not necessarily in London, but just people in general. I saw this woman. She was with her little boy. Looked like her little boy. She was carrying lots of things. I think she'd just been to a coffee shop. She was walking with a coffee and holding bags and stuff, and her son's hand. And she dropped a £10 note, and she was quite far away from me, but I saw it happen, and then I saw a guy pick it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, what's going to happen here? I kind of stopped walking, because obviously I stopped walking, and I kind of looked, and then he looked over to me, and I was like, I see you, I see you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, And then the woman and the child just walked past me, and he's over there, and I'm like, gesturing, like, do the right thing, just do the right thing,
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, like, and he walks over and gives it back to her. And then there's this random guy in the street, like, I love this guy now. Like, I've got so much love for this guy. Like, I was like, high five, like, have a great day, like, I wish all the abundance to you in the world, like, and he might have really needed that tenner,
That's true. I wonder if you would have still given it to her if you hadn't gestured.
I would have. Well,
if he had, if you
I don't know. It's hard. I don't want to judge him.
Yeah. That's interesting.
But
yeah, I guess there's a lot of good in the world.
He would have felt good about it. He would have felt good about giving it. Even if he needed it, there would have been a part of him that would have felt good about giving back. And also for us to connect and high five, like that is going to make me feel good, like and just that was a good moment, in London, hustle and bustle, everyone looking at the floor, walking at 100 miles an hour, and then that happens, that was nice.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that in there. It's not all bad.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I guess, I don't know, it's funny, isn't it? I think everything just happens together, right? And I guess it's what you focus on.
Because there's so much happening here.
There's so much happening. So much happening.
That's why I came here, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I wanted to find my people. This was the part of my life when I was really looking outside of myself.
What do you mean by that?
Well, looking outside of myself for answers. Do you know what I mean? Like,
what were the questions?
Well, questions, like, who am I? Why am I here? Who are my people? I suppose once you start looking inwards and choosing to navigate spaces differently based on what serves you.
Rewind. I like that.
We need like a little foghorn or something.
Yeah.
Like, press the button. Yeah. But
navigate spaces.
Well, just when you start to be conscious of who you are and what you want to, of your actions,
Yeah.
Because we could live unconsciously and go with the flow.
Yeah.
Which is what everyone is doing. Well, not everyone, but this is the hustle and bustle of London. Like, everyone's going with the flow, and that's what, when I'm walking in public, that's why it's really hard to connect, because I don't feel like very many people are being conscious just in walking to the bus stop or getting the tube or.
Yeah.
And I get caught up in it myself as well. Like, I'm not, I get caught up in, the hustle and bustle and the flow of things, but.
I guess like what you said earlier, find your own pace.
Yeah, when you stop,
So
go with the flow.
Before you moved to London, that's when you were looking externally, you said? And something changed when you moved to London?
Yeah, so how do I put it? So before I came to London, I don't want to I suppose it's a very recent thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've exhausted a lot of avenues and kind of realised, which is something I kind of knew all along, that we just have a knowing, like we don't...
Say that again, we just have a...
Have a knowing, like an inner knowing.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot to do with confidence, and it's a lot to do with... I think maybe I could just put a full stop there, confidence. It's like, you know, I could be conscious of my actions, but if I'm not sure about my actions, if I'm not, I could know it's the right thing, but if I
hesitate, or
there's no need to hesitate. It's like, you know, it's just be,
just
be, and I suppose. So okay, let me speak more about myself instead of getting to the nitty gritty. So I've been vegan for nearly 5 years. And obviously veganism, oh sorry, let me rewind that. I like to say plant-based because I actually don't like the word vegan.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like the connotations, and I think veganism is a very white middle class thing. And I think that kind of movement, even though, you know, they're doing a lot for the planet and caring for animals, I think that demographic specifically actually need to care a lot more about people who are not of their demographic, you know. So white, working class, or, you know, ethnic minorities, or just anyone else really, you know, or gender equality, or, you know. So by saying I'm plant-based, I kind of like take myself out of that box, and it feels better. It's a better kind of...
I guess.
And also this is another thing, like I try not to eat the processed products as well. So you can be you can be an unhealthy vegan by eating lots of processed food.
Yeah.
And lots of the products that are produced for the vegan movement are for the middle class and are processed, and that isn't the reason why I became vegan. I became vegan for health benefits more than anything, and then just ethically, you know, I didn't want to be a part of, you know, the animal agriculture, and just felt cleaner as well, like spiritually. I buy my big sack of grains. I have different types of grains.
Yeah.
I brought some food with me today. You know, I don't even need to really buy it in bulk. I got to admit, I do kind of eat the same kind of things every day, but it's very varied within my day. You know. So today I had a smoothie. I love eating. It makes me so happy. Like, I get emotional about food. Like, so emotional.
Love it.
Yeah. So, what can I say about my
5
food?
years.
Yeah, 5 years. I've learned a lot about it. I don't think I've been a healthy vegan / someone who's plant-based. I think only for the last year or so I've started to really look at the nutritional, you know, what my body actually needs. Because it's really important. It's like your cognitive ability could just go out the window if you're not conscious of that, and that's like a foundation really. You need to have, you know, good cognitive ability, and then obviously I train a lot, so my body needs a certain amount of protein and carbohydrates. And
so have you noticed the changes as you've been changing your diet?
Mentally, yes, definitely.
Interesting.
Definitely, but you know, post-Calais, or even during Calais, the levels of self-care were not really there, even though I was still vegan when I was in Calais. So I was kind of making it very difficult for myself, but I just made a decision that I'm plant-based, I don't eat these things, and then you just eat what's available that's to your palate kind of thing.
Yeah. So what do you think is the biggest change that you noticed cognitively?
I suppose like clearer thoughts. I didn't feel mentally drained. Like, you know, when you're around certain people or certain environments, and it's not physically, like physically you can go for a run or do weights, or but mentally I was very tired, I didn't want to entertain a lot of people, or you know, like now, like right now, how I'm sitting now, I feel like I've got loads of energy, like mentally.
And in your diet, what was the? What do you think?
Just eating more fresh fruits and vegetables and greens.
Nice.
Like
simple.
So simple.
So simple. Right?
So simple. But I was just eating loads of like carbs, basically. I was eating loads of beans. I was eating loads of grains, and I was eating loads of bananas. I mean, bananas are still a fruit, but you know, just having your berries and stuff, and spinach and kale, and you know, an orange in the morning, and lots of water as well. So important.
Yeah.
Another simple one that I just wasn't doing.
Yeah.
So
I think I think it's really important to constantly change, and you know.
I think your body, you know, once you get enough of something, your body's like, you just listen to your body and you try something else. Right now, I really love muesli. I've never liked muesli in my life. I actually disliked it a few years ago, but now I really like it.
It's funny how your taste buds change.
Yeah,
I think that as well.
I don't know, it's not even just the taste buds, it's like the texture as well. Cause I like porridge. Like, I'm a porridge guy. And I like it. I used to like it thick, then I liked it runny, and then now I've just totally threw that out the window. Now I'm on the muesli. But I gotta tell you about my muesli. Like, obviously muesli, as you buy it, then like hulled hemp seeds, ground down flax seeds, raspberries, blueberries, dates,
that sounds good.
hemp milk, like agave syrup or maple syrup, chopped up bananas. It's like a party.
It's like a party. Put in my mouth.
So good.
In my mouth.
So good. I need to remember to drink this tea. Okay, veganism. So once you become vegan,
here we go,
or plant-based, you suddenly alienate yourself from a lot of people.
Okay.
Because it's not, especially in British culture, it's not part of our culture, like to be vegan or plant-based. And honestly, I was strong in my conviction. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not, you know. So when I'd visit my family, you know, Christmas time with my family is quite a difficult time, really, because I don't want them to go out of my way for me personally, when they're catering for the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's just like basic family stuff. But then even like the friends I grew up with, like none of my friends in Sheffield, you know, stopped eating meat and animal products. But I'm still friends with them. Like, we're still good friends. But there's only so far that they can meet me. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've not gone. There's only so deep they can go with me on that level. Anyway, they can go deep on other levels, I suppose.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
But obviously, you just gotta love people where they're at, you know. So I kind of feel like, I started becoming more conscious of my actions, which alienated myself a little bit. And then I was like, all right, so if these aren't my people, like 100%.
Okay, that's it.
If these aren't my people 100%, like, where's my people that are 100%?
Yeah.
And that's not to say anything bad about my friends, like in Sheffield, because, you know, they've known me the longest.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of love that people can't really compare to that.
Yeah, that connection.
Yeah, exactly. But then, obviously, it's like, how do you measure a connection, you know?
Yeah.
You just loads of different connections, and that doesn't mean that I value them less because, you know, they eat animal products, you know. I'll value them more in other areas, you know. So, but as a late teen, in my early 20s, I was looking for my tribe. I kind of thought at that point that, okay, cool, so this is how far you're willing to meet me, kind of thing. I kind of detached a little bit just so I could grow, I suppose, just so I could grow. I could say it like that, just to explore, you know. And I mean, there's quite a lot's happened since I lived in Sheffield. I lived in Manchester, I lived in North Wales, lived in Calais volunteering, Then I moved to London. But yeah, only recently, really, within the last year, just stopped asking so many, or stopped seeking. I feel like not that it's been a waste of time looking, because coming to that conclusion is pretty priceless, really.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But stop. When I started meeting my idols, actually, when I started meeting my idols that inspired me, and realised that what they portray of themselves is just what they choose to portray of themselves. It's not the full picture.
Ooh.
Not that they're bad people, just we're all human, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, okay, so perfect doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was searching for perfect, and then it just doesn't exist. So yeah, that was fascinating.
Do you have any examples of like meeting one of your idols?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a few idols that I've met that I'm friends with now. You know.
So from the outside, you just thought that they were on a different.
Well, okay, so good way to put it, maybe. It's like everyone's like vibrating at a different frequency, and I thought because he's vibrating at a different frequency to me that I need to meet him there.
Oh my god, that's so big.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think that.
Of course. Yeah, I thought that. I thought that for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
But that's like it must make such a big shift.
I'm still shifting.
Oh.
I feel.
Oh.
like not in my vibration, but just like learning what my vibration is.
And like feeling it.
Yeah, owning it. Like,
yeah. Love that.
This is my vibe.
So you thought that you had to meet them where they are?
I just saw the difference in us.
Okay.
Not that I wanted to be like them. Okay. But it's like I almost aspired to be. I don't know. I aspired to be different. I suppose I did aspire to be like them in some way. Yeah. Obviously, everyone's got their own skill. Yeah. And they come here with their own abilities, and everyone's unique. And I wasn't trying not to be myself, but at the same time, like, wow, you're really inspiring. Like, we're kind of passionate about the same things. Yeah. I'm connecting with you more than other people. Like, I resonate with your story or your output. I resonate with your output, and I want to be a part of it. Like, I rate you, you know. But then, I suppose it was only when I started to see their shadow selves that it was like, okay, so
the shadow,
stop putting them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Why am I idolizing human beings? Like,
full stop. Yeah. So you were kind of focusing on the differences, maybe.
Maybe I overthink things. I still do now. I feel. Okay. I overthink, but like that's by me being so such a perfectionist. Yeah. Even though perfect doesn't exist, like I come very close to perfect with certain things. Yeah. And it feels great. When you actually produce something, it's like, okay, there's nothing about this that I am not proud of. Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's me all over. Like, I'm happy, I'm content. Yeah. So you were kind of doing that with human beings. Yeah, in a way, and also I was trying to find my tribe as well. Like, I came to London to find my tribe. Been traveling, around to see where my people are at, and fundamentally, there's like bits of us in everyone,
That's so true.
So, I thought certain people were my people, and they are my people, but I need to also not love, but like accept the other part of them. Yeah, and I guess even the other part of you. Oh, exactly. This is something else. Yeah. So. Yeah, something else I've learned this year, like just to learn to love the shitty side of me as well. Yeah. Yeah. And
which is hard.
Yeah. This kind of goes into my other. So we talked a lot about physically, I suppose, like physically how I've changed what I've put in my body and stuff, and navigating people
externally,
but
environmentally.
But in terms of spirituality, I suppose I've always, since I stopped eating animal products, I always thought that I was supposed to like just ascend.
Ooh.
Just keep going. Like, keep going, because I aspire to be like this thing. And obviously life's gonna throw all these lessons, and you know, you got some like big work to do, like,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, bring it on, like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm built for this, like,
Yeah.
my spirit is strong, like, I'm on it, you know.
Yeah.
And I always thought, I suppose I was navigating in the realms of duality. So I always thought that I was like the light. Like, fundamentally, we all are the light, but I ignored the darkness in me. I was like, anything that's not righteous in me, I don't like it.
I think that's very common.
Of course.
Very common.
Of course. Very.
Yeah.
So common.
Yeah.
And I was actually lacking in a lot of self-love by navigating like that. And also I didn't hold a lot of space for other people in their darkness either.
Yeah.
And I've met a lot of people it's only really coming to London and also post-Calais coming to terms with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And also divine timing, meeting certain people who have forced me to grow.
Yeah.
Like, forced me to just look at stuff. It's really created a shift in me. Or just a different perspective, I suppose. It doesn't have to be this big massive thing, but just like take my foot off the gas and actually stop running in circles, like just look at where you're going. And yeah, so I met this guy recently. You might like to interview him actually. He's called Mark, and he calls himself Mark of the Beast.
Nice.
Really nice. So nice. He is a really nice guy though. But he it's quite a revelation when I met him.
Yeah. I think it's so crazy how people have such an impact on us. How we can all
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It is really crazy. It is really crazy, like, yeah, things connect. But sorry, I met Mark, and Mark totally owns his shadow self.
Ooh.
Totally.
Tell us how does he do it?
Well, he navigated a lot of his life in his shadow self.
What's the secret?
I don't know. I think everyone's got to find that out for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming out of different dark places.
Yeah. So why did you?
But he chooses to own it and not like shun it, and shows love to it. Shows love to his dark side and uses it as fuel actually. And obviously now he's working on his light side, you know, and his righteous side. But when I met him, I was like, okay, this is interesting. This isn't something, you know, going back to my spirituality, always trying to ascend and be the light, and then I meet this guy who I have a lot of compassion for, like his story. I let him tell his story, but you know, he's been through a lot, been through the prison system, like spent quite a few years there, and you know, he's seen like a lot of badness in people and in himself as well, and you know, he's come out of that to like change his life, and he's got a great story. And then to have this conversation, and if I can show love to his shadow self, then I can show love to mine.
When you say that, like showing love, what does that mean?
Just not like disregarding it. And okay, so I suppose in life we go through traumatic things.
Yeah.
And as a survival strategy, we might act a certain way, which might be toxic.
Yeah.
And obviously this is like the stuff we need to work through.
Yeah.
So So yeah, by showing it love, you're just showing love to the part of you that's hurt, that made you have to even implement the survival strategy.
So it might be something that's quite negative, basically.
Well, your behaviour could be negative and toxic. Your survival mechanism in that, when that situation arises again,
Also,
the same circumstance might happen, and you might act in a certain way, which is like you're not conscious of.
Yeah.
That could be quite toxic. It's like showing love to the part of you that's hurt.
Yeah.
Because it's that part of you that's acting subconsciously.
And then when you say showing love, how do you do that? Or in your experience?
How do I do it? Just becoming aware of it to start with. Just to be honest with myself. Just to be honest and.
Yeah.
I've got friends who I speak to about their stuff, and I try and help them. Sometimes what helps is for them to, I suppose, look at the child in themselves in a way. Maybe it's it's from that long ago that I'm not a psychologist or anything, but makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I suppose each lesson we have to learn, we might navigate differently.
Yeah.
Being vulnerable really helps, like just speaking from the heart, like this, like let it out.
Yeah.
Let it out and don't, own it.
Like, don't be ashamed of it.
Don't be ashamed of it. Yeah, don't be ashamed of it, and that's really healthy.
Yeah. So the difference from before, when you said you didn't really want to own it, so like, what were you doing? Were you just kind of not looking?
I just wasn't looking, I wasn't aware of it, Thankfully I've had some people around me that could just pull me up and stuff without us falling out, and that helps, I mean, we've all got stuff, it's not that I've had some major stuff, but yeah, so for me, as soon as I'm aware of it, I do try actively to do something about it and not act in that way anymore. Like, it's kind of that easy in a way. That I can change quite quickly.
Yes.
I feel.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But some things are harder than others,
Yeah. So there's one part where it's like you embrace the darkness and you figure out how to change the action.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really navigating with much darkness.
Yeah.
I just wasn't using this fuel that was in me.
Oh, fuel, I like that.
I wasn't using, certain people kind of shared that expression with me.
That you can use it as fuel?
Yeah.
That's really nice, like.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I am pissed off. Look at the world. Look what we're doing to it.
Yeah.
That's one side of me.
Yeah.
The other side of me is like super zen.
Yeah.
Like, loves chilling with these guys.
Yeah.
Loves his like food and stretching and yoga and
boxing.
Well, boxing really is my other side. Like, that's where I can use the fuel, and my strength training. I love putting on violent music and just going crazy training. It's like, it is fuel. Like, part of me before wouldn't listen to that kind of music, wouldn't listen to profanity, wouldn't listen to people's pain, because it'd be like, I don't want to digest that. But it's like, actually, it's like the heart in me wants to speak out for you. Like, I care about you and your pain.
Yeah.
So I can't just ignore you when you sing about it, or like, I'm gonna sing with you, like, so like when I'm playing some of my violent music and people are walking past, like, that guy's crazy. Like, obviously I try not to listen to mind-numbing stuff. There's a lot of violent, like, aggressive music out there, especially in rap, for example, like modern day hip hop is just like out the window, like crazy.
Yeah.
But I appreciate good content, honest content. And, and there is a lot of...
Ooh, that maybe that's the difference, honesty.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, in the hip hop scene,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Wow, so much people are making money off other people's stories, and they've not lived it.
Yeah.
And the people that have lived it are trying to sell their records.
Yeah.
Because they're not selling out, they're not actually making the money.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a different subject. But
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's in that sense I'm quite multi-dimensional in a way. 'Cause it's like it's all one. So used to navigate duality, now it's oneness.
That's just what I was going to ask you. I
Yeah.
like that.
Mm.
But where do you find yourself within the multi, you know?
I try not to look at it. Like I try not to. I mean, I put myself in a box saying I'm vegan or plant-based. You know.
Yeah.
But that's just it's easier to describe to you
Yeah.
my lifestyle. But
Just
generally,
labels.
just labels. Yeah. Generally, I try not to. I'm light and darkness. Like it's much easier for me to understand it like that.
It's quite hard to understand, I think, in words, because it's like, how can you be like?
All I know is I was like fighting myself before, and much more, like to be this like
Yeah.
light, and I'll always strive to do the best thing, and the right thing.
Yeah.
I will, but now it's like, you know, sometimes people need to be shouted at. Sometimes it's alright to be violent.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's alright to
Yeah.
use darkness,
Yeah.
and for it to come out of you as well.
Yeah.
I shouldn't. If someone's pissing me off because they're acting like an idiot, I shouldn't have to like internalize the stress,
Yes.
and like my body will feel it. Like it's not mine.
You know what? I've just finished reading this Gabor Mate book called When the Body Says No. It's so good.
Okay.
And one of the things that he says at the end is that the anger, but he doesn't talk about anger as rage. He talks about as a healthy expression of, you know, how you feel in your body.
A release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he says it's actually relaxing and empowerment.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so he says that healthy expression of anger is when someone's overstepping your boundaries. So I guess that's kind of what you were saying.
Yeah, boundaries.
Yeah.
Really
Like,
important.
you shouldn't have to internalize it.
Yeah, really important. I've been so crap at that in my life. Boundaries.
So am I.
So crap. Yeah.
I think this year is like a
Me
big
too.
year for boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's true, and I think also it's probably what related to what you said before, as you know, thinking that you had to meet someone on their level of awareness, or you know. And I guess even now it's like actually accepting you for where you are right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I have gifts. Like you're not that great. Like I put you on a pedestal, and yeah, you've done great things. I respect your work. That's different to saying like you are amazing, or I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but like there's certain people that I might have lost a bit of respect for, but I respect their work.
Yes.
Once I found out actually what they're about.
Yes.
The side they don't portray to the world.
Yeah.
It's like there is that, but
Practicing that bit.
but honestly, like we're all great. We're all absolutely amazing.
I know, right?
We all just need a bit of water, you know, and a bit of sunshine, and like we're all gonna do great things.
Yeah.
If we choose to.
Yeah.
Certain people, like a lot of people, choose not to look at themselves, I suppose, and honour themselves, and it's not their fault, maybe, in a lot of cases.
It's really interesting. I think it can get quite confusing, because it's just like these two polar opposites, right? Like the good and the bad, and the light and the dark. And then it's like, I think that's it. Sometimes when you act out and you're angry, you can feel bad about it. And you're like, oh no.
Feel responsible. Feel responsible for how you're going to be perceived by this person, and but then perfect doesn't exist.
Yeah. That's okay.
As long as you're allowed, as long as you're comfortable with saying sorry as well. I'm not saying lash out every time you feel pissed off.
Yeah.
Look at it. What is it that I'm pissed off about?
Yeah. That's a good point.
Have a little breathe and like think about it.
Yeah.
And I am so comfortable with someone telling me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
You know, if I need to hear it.
Someone should shout at you.
Maybe I take that back. It might be difficult at the time to hear it.
Yeah.
A little bit. but I'm going to be so thankful if, you know, once I've digested it and like it's going to help me.
Yeah, I guess that's another thing. It's these honest conversations.
If it's a valid point as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a part of me as well, it needs to create boundaries with that. Actually, that's kind of where I'm at now, because it's like obviously boundaries are a thing this year, but also boundaries to how much you take of other people saying that you're like this as well.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting.
That's quite. That's quite. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to work out. But I suppose. Yeah.
Definitely, because also I guess what we're saying is if you're accepting of, or if I'm accepting myself where I am, and then someone else is telling me you need to be this, and it's just like, well, how does this work?
I suppose it's alright to just, you know, if you're happy the way you are, I suppose, okay, if the way you're being is causing suffering to other people,
yeah,
and it's not because they're being insecure or
yeah, that's where it gets confusing, because sometimes people are just
insecure
projecting,
or whatever, or projecting, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's quite easy to work out whether people are projecting though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
But
it all requires honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've projected a lot of stuff in my life.
Yeah.
I've like been insecure about stuff. And,
yeah, that's so true.
And like tried to keep people in a box and
yeah, that's
caused
true.
a lot of pain. And I wasn't aware. Like I was like, I thought I was so right.
Yeah.
I thought I was so right, and you know, you can't be like this. And like, who am I to say that? You know.
Yeah.
I think fundamentally, if it's getting like that, maybe some space is best, just so you can both figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're not supposed to resonate with everyone either. That is the biggest thing. That is above all things. That is, I think, is the biggest thing.
I like it. Yeah.
You resonate with your people, you know. But you need to know what frequency, what vibration, what energy you have, you know, and what you stand for, what you don't stand for.
Yeah.
For the boundaries, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Wow. We've talked about a lot. How long is it so far? How long is it?
43 minutes.
43.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
It's gone quick.
It's crazy. I find it so crazy when it's all happening at the same time, because at the same time you're like accepting yourself, but then if someone says something, feedback to you, then you're also accepting them for where they are, and you know, it's just like
It can be quite draining.
Yeah, but also to find yourself to get into the flow and just allow it to all happen around you, you know?
I think it gets easier once your boundaries are strong.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Because
that's probably very true.
when you're colliding with people,
yeah,
it's like catastrophic.
Yeah.
But obviously after the collision and the boundaries might be a bit stronger, it's like, okay, that's less likely to happen now.
Yeah.
Because you can take those teachings to a new person you've just met.
Yeah, 100%.
Or an old relationship you've had with someone who you've not actually who you've not collided with yet. Like the dynamic might be unhealthy, but you might not see each other very often, so you kind of put it to one side a little bit.
Yeah.
But like instead of it coming to the collision, you just be like, actually, just letting you know, a little update. I got a download today. Like my teaching, I've been acting this way around you, and that can't run anymore. Just letting you know. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I still have that issue. I still have that issue with a few people, like. Yeah.
Yeah, then that's just having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, and through the last video, the podcast I did, one of my friends sent me this video on non-violent communication. Don't know if you've heard of it. But it's actually pretty good.
I have heard of that, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It'll give you like a framework on how to have this conversation about your needs to someone. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I've
really
not actually looked at it, but I mean, it could be like passive aggression there as well. And
yeah.
But that's violent communication, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really important.
Yeah.
And it's basically a way of delivering it peacefully. Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah. I feel like we've talked about so much stuff, but also there's still so much to talk about.
We can do a part 2 another time, maybe, or.
I have to say that there was one question that I did want to ask.
Yeah.
What was it now? gone.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, maybe it'll come back.
What, out there?
Yeah, which one?
Don't know.
Love that. Yeah, no, I love what you said about the darkness and really owning that. I think it's really important.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my thing, it's just...
It's all of our things.
Yeah, when Mark explained it to me, like, you're living in duality, I was like, am I?
That's clear.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And if you're living in duality, naturally that's not the highest state of awareness.
That's just one angle, yeah. One perspective.
Yeah, and the highest state of awareness is to see the whole 360 degrees.
That's true.
Not 50-50.
Yeah.
So...
I guess that's what they mean when it's like 2D, the 2 dimensions.
Oh, here we go, dimensions.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
I think, yeah, there's another one, yeah. How we experience different dimensions as a human.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've been listening to, you know what, going back to the hip hop, if you want to listen to KRS-One, he does this really great, it's like 30 minutes lecture about the history of hip hop. It's really easy to find on YouTube. Just Google search KRS-One lecture, 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
He talks about the history of hip hop, like the original roots of hip hop and what it stands for. And it's such a great, you know.
That sounds really cool.
People, especially the people being brought up with the rap scene at the moment, like, they really need to listen to that. But he talks about metaphysics as well and dimensions, and yeah, so obviously 1 dimension is just like a dot, 2 dimension is like a line, because it's like the point between the 2 dots, and 3 dimensions is up, down, left, right, forwards and backwards.
Oh, so it's kind of like...
It's like a space, it's space basically, it's like a void.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's 3D. 4D is that including time. So,
Okay,
so now you're an object moving around that space.
Yeah.
5D,
Go on.
so this is kind of where you got to. So like 5D is like, it gets everyone in the room to say something but not out loud, like say it in your head, and he goes 1, 2, 3, say this thing, and then he was like, yeah, what is that? It's like you heard yourself say it.
Yeah.
But you didn't use your ears.
Yeah.
It's like you said it, but it wasn't with your mouth.
Oh my god, I love that.
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, oh my god, okay. So I think he said that was 5D. So yeah, so it's the inner space.
Yeah.
It's the inner space. And he was like, yeah, hip hop, the power of word. Like how the hip hop scene just like, they started reinventing like British words to stand for what they wanted it to stand for. Because he's talking a lot about the English language. Sorry, English words. He's talking a lot about the English language and how it actually limits our perception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you're raised with the English language, then it's actually taking you away from God and spirituality, because it's describing it for you, like what the reality should be like.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like in other cultures, for example, like, I don't know, saying like certain tribes in a country in Africa would describe a bird flying through the air as God.
Yeah.
Just God. It's just my ancestor.
Yeah.
And that whole, it's just different. It's just cognitively, your connection to source is going to be way different if you're being raised with that language, you know. But the English language specifically, it's
that's
like,
really interesting.
really takes you away from that. And yeah, you want to check that out.
Yeah.
Great talk. But
Cool. I think I'll just ask you a few questions now to
course.
wrap it up. You said that it can be quite isolating, like turning into plant-based. And how did you deal with that?
Just, I was a martyr. Just a proper martyr about it. I didn't care. I was different. I had these people that I'd look to online and stuff that were living this way, and it must have been hard for them when they started as well. So like, it didn't really matter. Like, I was, my worldview was different as well. Like, it wasn't just that I went plant-based. That was the only thing.
It was always different?
Pardon?
But was it always different? Or?
No, it wasn't always different. No, I think once I started to be more conscious and aware of what's going on in the world, and started to have a worldview, that, you know, firstly I went plant-based and I stopped smoking cigarettes and stopped going to nightclubs every weekend and stopped entertaining certain things that were not that healthy for me, and there's a big shift in lots of things that happened. So I felt better in myself not doing these things, and people weren't, you know, didn't want to come with me, and that's fine.
So maybe the internal feeling you had kind of outweighed that.
Totally.
Sense of.
It's like just knowing what your vibe is. Going back
and just
to that.
trusting.
Yeah, it's like, totally.
Nice, that's really nice. It sounds like
It was quite difficult though, I'm not gonna lie, like it was, you know, just like, it was quite difficult, but you know, it gets easier with time, and any change gets easier with time.
Yeah, it's true. It sounds like it was like a big opening for a lot of different things.
Totally.
Yeah, and I think it just shows like what you put in your body affects everything. Right? And then, how would you describe freedom?
Freedom.
Yeah. Freedom.
Just I think just that, actually, like just being able to be you, and like know what that is.
Yeah, love that.
And even if it isn't you, just be able to explore it as well.
Yeah. Or even if you don't think it's you.
Well, because many times in my life I thought I was this thing and I wasn't. Because I was looking outside of myself and trying to compare what I have to other people. And even now, like I can't really describe who I am or what I am.
Yeah, feel that.
So it was easier almost for me to do that when I was looking at other people.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, so he's that, so I'm like that.
Yeah.
When I stopped looking over there, I'm like, I got nothing to compare with, really. It's like, you know, and
I am.
We all are, yeah.
That's so nice, love it. And then, last question. If you could give anyone who was going through similar things that you went through, what words of wisdom would you offer?
I wouldn't recommend doing it how I've done it.
Ooh.
Because that was difficult.
It was difficult.
That was difficult.
Okay.
I just kind of as I said, I was a bit of a martyr, like, and you don't have to be. I would try and seek out people that are like-minded in who you think you are, or what you identify with. And that's going to help a lot, and being able to speak to them and to relate. Oh my God, relating. Yeah. Relating with people is like a superpower.
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it really solidifies who you are. When you've got someone to bounce that off, it's like chill with people who see you. Because if you're chilling with people who don't see you, you're not going to see yourself.
Ooh.
You're not going to see yourself.
Yes.
I was lost for a long time, man. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's part of the journey.
I was just going to say, I think that's part of it, because I feel the same. Cool.
Yeah. So, and it gets really easy once you start navigating like that, and
yes,
it's not difficult anymore. You don't have to be the martyr anymore.
I love this. It's nice. Thank you so much. It was really nice. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Me too.
And it's really nice to just see the growth and to where you are now. It's quite peaceful and confident, and
It's nice to reflect that.
Yeah.
For you to tell me that.
And it's not the end either.
Oh, it's not the end.
Oh no.
We'll do a part 2 when everything changes.
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.